this. So for a couple of years now, I have been working seasonally retail. Stay with me. So during the Christmas season, this guy comes in. And I was like, hello, sir, welcome in. Is there anything I could help you with today? And he goes, can I have your number? And into that, I was like, and he was like, oh, you're married. And I was like, no, sir, actually, I'm engaged. I'm not engaged. I wear this ring out so that if somebody hits on me, I just can be nice and just be like, sorry. I know it's terrible, sorry, whatever, moving on. So he was like, oh, it's too bad you're engaged because I'd love to take you out. And I was like, yeah, anyway, how can I help you? And this man goes, I'm actually looking for a necklace for my girlfriend. His girlfriend. Then he asks where the $50 and under section is. I was working at a jewelry store, a nice jewelry store. I said, unfortunately, there's only a few items in that price range. Showed it to him. He said, thanks, winks at me, and walks out the door. Somebody come get your man.
Before I got my first job as a makeup artist, every time I would walk into a makeup shop, I would be so insecure and self-conscious that I would think the employees were talking about me. Because every time I'd walk in, they'd be like, no, babes, that's most definitely... Hi. Are you guys open? I'll tell you later. Yes, we're open. Oh, okay, I'll just be browsing. Be sure to let one of us know if you need any help, okay? Sure. And then everything would be fine up until I actually did need help. Yeah, just tilt your head a little bit. Excuse me. Yeah, that's good. But no, like, I'm not gonna try. Excuse me, I'm sorry, but hold on. Can I help you? Sorry to interrupt, but do you have this in a different shade? No, everything we have out is what we have in stock, okay? I'm not doing this. Okay, thanks. But don't worry, guys, if you think a makeup artist is talking about you, it turns out they probably are. And after working in a makeup shop, unfortunately, I can confirm that.
Story time. So on New Year's, my friend and I went to a house party. And she ends up leaving to go to the bathroom. But when she comes out like 3 to 5 minutes later, she's just like, guys, help. So like, I look at her, I'm like, what's wrong? And she's like, shh, I broke the toilet. I follow her to the bathroom. The toilet bowl is filled to the rim with water. And there's just 3 pieces of toilet paper just chilling on top. And I'm like, what did you do? She starts freaking out. The people before me didn't flush. I thought it was okay to flush, but it wasn't okay. So one of our other friends comes in, hears the story, and she's like, okay, hold on, I'm gonna go get the house owner. And my friend starts freaking out, being like, no, don't tell him, he's gonna kill me. Our friend gets him anyway. And he comes in, unbuttoning his shirt, he's just like, did someone call a plumber? And then he sees the toilet, and he's just like, what did you do? So she tries to explain it to him, and he's like, okay, shut up. And then he fixes the toilet. But she was like still freaking out, like almost crying.
Story time. So there's this one road in my town that everyone knows not to speed on because half the time there's usually a cop down at the bottom of the hill. Well, I live right off of this street and drive it every single day. Well, back in August when I was moving, I wasn't paying attention to how fast I was going, didn't see the cop at the bottom of the hill, and ended up getting pulled over. You know, the usual happened. He came up to the window and was like, ma'am, do you know why I pulled you over? And I was like, yes, I do, because I'm a speed racer who doesn't know how to slow their ass down. He ends up letting me off with a warning, and I go on my merry little way. Well, just now I was driving home from school, not paying attention to how fast I was going, and not paying attention to see if there was a cop at the bottom of the hill. My fast ass was going 60. So the same thing happens, he takes my license and my registration. He comes back to the window and informs me he's the one that pulled me over back in August. He ends up giving me a warning and tells me not to go 60 and a 40 ever again. There's no moral to the story besides I need to be aware and slow my ass down.
So a thing just happened. Mom and I got some pizza from a pizza place that makes pizza, and it was busy in there, so she placed the order and left, and she placed the order under Christina. Christina is my mom's name. So she's like, there's this shop that I want to check out. I'm leaving you in charge of picking up the pizza. So I'm like, okay, I'll pick up the pizza. So this individual behind the counter calls out for Christina, and I pick up the pizza, as one does. And they hand me the pizza, and they're like, what's your preferred name? And I'm like, Jake. And they're like, oh, okay, I'm so sorry to do that to you. This individual thinks that I am the Christina, and I am a transgender individual whose mother dead named them at the pizza place. So they like, in that sort of voice, go like, have a good day, Jake. And I am mortified beyond belief by this encounter.
Okay, so story time. Now I have two brothers, one older, one younger. And when I was growing up, my older brother was a bit of a terror. He had this thing of walking over to me and farting on me. He would then run away giggling like a young boy would. But then one day, round about 5 or 6, I eventually snapped. I can't take this anymore, Jeremy! I will no longer stand for your poo mist in and around my nostrils. So I devised a cunning plan. One day for dessert, my mother had given me a chocolate pudding. And that's when the plan came together. My brother was off building something with Lego, so I placed 2 fingers into the pudding and scooped some up. I then ran over to where he was playing, bent over, while flicking the chocolate pudding through my leg and making a loud Trump noise. Hitting him in the side of the face and the back of his head. Oh, what's that? He sees the brown colouring, presumes it's poo, and then is violently sick all over his Lego. He probably still thinks it was poo.
This is how I got fired at my job as a paint mixer. Last year, I started making paint videos at the store showing everyone how satisfying paint mixing can be, and I really enjoyed doing it. I noticed the videos were doing well and people seemed to be enjoying them on TikTok. I developed a business presentation to show the marketing department how TikTok can be beneficial to the company's brand. The VP of marketing then told me he didn't even want to see my presentation I had made for him. After that, I started purchasing my own paint and continued making the videos. A few months later, I was fired for gross misconduct because people were calling customer service and asking if they could put blueberries inside of paint. I was pretty bummed out at first, but with the support of my friends and family, I continued to do what I love. My friends were even nice enough to let me use their basement as a studio to continue filming my videos. It's been a struggle, but I've been continuing to develop my own brand and make content for people.
Also, my friend told me that she needed me to call her and pretend that it was an emergency. I don't know what to fucking say. Do I just start off like just screaming? Because she said make it dramatic. Okay, here we go.
Hello?
He cheated on me.
He cheated on you?
He cheated on me, bitch. I walked into the house and I just hear these fucking noises and I go to the room and this motherfucker's cheating on me on fucking Christmas. No, I'm driving. I fucking left. He's at my house. How am I supposed to go home?
Okay, do you want me to come in?
Yes, please.
Okay, stop crying. I'm coming.
Okay. I did not mean to cry. How to be a great actress. Shit.
What's a really weird thing that your body does that you're not sure anybody else's body does?
So apparently my best friend thinks this is my time to shine. When I was 2 years old, my mom slammed a door shut on my finger and it ripped off the top piece of my finger. This was back in the 90s and I got a skin graft. So they took the skin, instead of taking it from like the back of my leg or a piece under my arm or something, they didn't want the scar to grow as I grew. So they took it from my groin area, my bikini line. Well, when I got home with the cast, I dunked my hand in the toilet and it got wet inside the cast, so my finger healed wrong and it turned brown, which is really weird. But that's not even the best part. So when I hit puberty and I started growing hair down there, I also started growing hair on my finger. Kids found that out in school and then they started calling me coochie finger. Anyways, here's my finger. Probably can't see the hair. If you're interested, I'll post another video of the hair close up.
Okay, story time. So I work at a jewelry store, and today a man came in looking for a gift for his wife for their 10th year anniversary. He ended up picking out a piece that said, "My beautiful wife." And I said, "Anything else for you today?" And he said, "No, that's it for her, but I do want to make another purchase using a separate credit card. And could you possibly create a different account for me?" And I said, "Sure, what are you looking for?" And he said, "Do you have anything that says girlfriend?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Perfect, I'll take it. And do you have anything that says happy 1 year anniversary to go with it?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Perfect, I'll take it." So I boxed everything up all nice and I put them in their respected bags. He had me mark a K for Kristen on the bottom of his wife's bag and an L for Laura on the bottom of his girlfriend's bag. I put pretty bows on them. I handed it to him. I said, "They're gonna love it. Have a nice day." And he said, "Thank you." And shit, I just remembered that his wife's name is Laura and his girlfriend's name is Kristen. I must have mixed up the bags. Oops.